$500 and see if we can get to that 100 mark tonight and keep it rolling.
In the first with a 2-out RBI single. Going to right field, right at John Kenzie. One away.
It's just a tough atmosphere, you know, when you're going up there, and it's a pretty big media. You've got to motivate yourself to be the best.
Steven couldn't get to it. Made a heck of an effort. John Kenzie played the Karen well, and Sosa had
field out.
Lopez 1 for 4. Left field. Kwan, a long run. It's over his head. Short hop the wall. His throw to second base is not in time because the throw was going to second. It had to be what he was doing. He wouldn't have been stopped. Danny Mendick
would be rounding third, heading home, and it's probably right. No, I mean he got out the gate pretty quickly.
The All-Star break as he could, so he could get through what you're just talking about. So he
that inning out, which is normal. He's got to get a good feel. He's got to relax.
Right?
Absolutely. And they are up here too.
Martin Maldonado stopped the game. Got a base hit, and he comes with another base hit, right field. Maldonado stops at second. Benintendi looks at a little, and now it's 0-2. Left field, that's well hit. Kwan racing back. It's over his head and off the wall, and that's going to get 2 more home for Chicago as Benintendi on a Eli Morgan up in the Cleveland bullpen. Three straight 2-out hits here in the fourth.
You're trying to come back and ramp up with big league hitters, Kenzie, and things like that. Would he be here at this point in time this year would be my question.
Down 4 here in the fourth.
Oh yeah.
In the air, deep right field. Fan back on to the front.
was going to be a big leaguer. He says, I always want to have that same mindset that I have to prove.
Good way to look at it, because it's different every year.
2-2 to Bo, and he swings through it. Second. Fetty flies through inning number 4. Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen made for Eli Morgan, making his high fly ball, right field. John Kenzie drifting back onto the warning track
this season, and you know, they're through.
But you know what? You raised it very.
They weren't struggling in some spots because they're.
And I don't want it to sound like we're making excuses for them. The White Sox, nice play, 260 pounds.
And basically an infielder, right? And he's playing
watching him and Schneemann and Fry work on getting jumps. 0-2 pitch to Lenin Sosa off the end of the bat, and he's got another hit.
He can.
Josh Naylor turns, beats him to the base, the top of the order, and Stephen Kwan. That's a rather routine fly ball for Robert, and 2 on base to end the second. He minimized the damage.
Where you put up 1 run as opposed to crooked numbers, and that's something today so far. On the Guardians, they have the big 4-run inning.
They did. It's harder for young pitchers to learn how to pitch when they get to the big league. Easier to figure out how to pitch in other places.
But yeah, that's a good question. Where, you know, in the old days, they certainly did.
We were just in Kansas City, and I've told both of you guys the story. Both of those the older guys have taught him.
Well, then what we're talking about is that they bring up there's too many young pitchers around, and they don't have enough veterans that can help them out.
1, 2, 3. Right. Oh, goes right through everybody's head. Hit the get right on the head. Put the kid on eBay too.
Get a lot of money for one of those. Another 3 for 5 for him yesterday.
Upstairs off the plate too. Bring him up. Same terminology. that knocked Yoan Moncada out of the White Sox.
Brian Buxton.
Well, how about that? They've got two of the best talents in all of baseball, and they can't return.
Well, you know, they've all got their own opinion. They can say whatever they want.
Eli strikes
his
out.
Third start against the Guardians this year. His second one in this ballpark. Guardians roughed him up in this first start, but he's doing a number.
3-0. Taking all the way. He caught Maldonado on the follow through.
You know, the further back you sit,
except means I get hit a little bit more too.
Yeah, no kidding.
In the hole, diving stop by Danny Mendick. He's made a sacrifice fly in the third. Well, again, we talked about it earlier. Hey, what do you want for this guy?
And that plays into what I said to you earlier. It's like, well, hey, that's just my opinion. I'm not.
We're going to make you a GM on.
You be the first one out the door.
Good. Use all four quadrants, and that's why it's not a matter of side, you know, and make you work it. Well, you know, when you can use and prove you. See that far.
Believe what he says, people.
Another 1-2-3 inning. That's 12 in a row.